Okay, one more tank. You know, one of my favorite parts about do-it-yourself aquarium stands is how easy they are to put together, as well as take apart and move them, not to mention the one that I'm about to put together only cost me about between $15 and $30. I'm not sure. I've already shown you guys this build before. This is the bottom frame. This is the top frame. And then of course the legs. So not only did I show you how I built this exact stand in the past, the tank that's going on it, this 100-gallon, 4-foot long, 2-foot wide, and 20-inch tall tank, I showed you guys how I built this in the past as well. Yeah, not horrible for temporary. And done. I should probably tell you what this tank is for. 3 things first. One, the tank's not done. I'm gonna have to build a filter for it, possibly put a light on it, or I'll use a filter that I already have. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do there. I just need to get this out here now. This tank will look familiar. I already showed you guys how I built this tank as well as the stand frame. You'll remember I built this for the original Stingrays as a grow out tank, and it serves its purpose for quite a while. It then made its way into my quarantine systems where I was housing some fish in it, but I was able to free it up lately because I need it for the third reason, to house everything in the 2,000-gallon aquarium temporarily as I rescape it. Now, I don't have all of the materials for the rescape just yet. Most of them are here. I anticipate the rest should be here by, within the next few days. And when that happens, I guess the course of action is what I'm thinking about the most. I can set up tanks, I can build whatever I need to when the time comes. It's just, how am I going to get all of these fish from point A to point B? So I'm thinking my best bet is going to be simple. I'm going to drain the tank as much as I can. I'm actually going to pump some of the water or fill the 100-gallon tank up with water from this aquarium so there's absolutely zero shock to the fish. They're not transferring to different temperatures or anything like that. And then I'm going to take some really big nets, or even possibly bags if I can find them thick enough that the fish can't break. But then I'm in a 4-foot deep tank. How am I gonna get them out? I'm thinking I might have to have a friend that I can hand them to, and then they could take them over to the tank and drop them in, but do I really wanna hand off freshwater stingrays that not a lot of people are going to, that I know are going to be, experienced enough with not to get hurt by them? It's just boggling my mind of what I'm going to do. I think maybe I can get them, jump over the tank, and do it myself and keep jumping in and out. I don't know. I think it's just gonna have to happen when it happens. We'll see what happens. Another, interesting concern is the fact that those guys are currently in a 2,000-gallon aquarium, and this is only a 100-gallon aquarium. I don't want all of those big fish in this little tank for too long. I figure I've got about 3 days to do this. Moving them, if I start in the morning, I should be okay. Potentially I could rescape it and have everything set up and then give maybe a day or 2 to cure. I don't know, I'm thinking it's gonna be at least 2 to 3 days. Hopefully no more. I guess in the meantime, I'll just do 80% water changes daily and make sure there's adequate filtration and surface movement for oxygen exchange. But for those that don't remember, this tank is 4 feet long, 2 feet wide, 20 inches tall, holds 100 gallons. What am I gonna do with this tank once I'm done using it to temporarily hold my fish? Well, that's where things get kind of interesting. You guys will remember that tank I wanted to build with that extra acrylic. Well, I kept forgetting I have these quarantine systems in my basement. I'm never gonna use hundreds of gallons of quarantine all the time. I need them right now because we're just setting up tanks. But in the future, why can't I use this here instead? And I do need to build a bigger filter for the 2,000-gallon aquarium now that my stocking is dramatically changing from the original stocking, so I'll use that extra acrylic to build a filtration system twice as big. But that still leaves this tank. And to be honest, I don't think there's a single fish in my aquarium gallery that I could put in that 100-gallon aquarium that you guys wouldn't lose your minds against unless it was Frank. Frank, can we get a barrel roll, my man? Just a quick one? A little half one? Do another one. Camera's on. Again? No, okay. Frank's gonna get the 100-gallon aquarium. I think that's appropriate. He'll be front and center. It'll satisfy your guys' need for your Frank. I think it's appropriate. Frank got some massive amount of personality. I think he's gonna do great there. He'll be on camera all the time with me. With that said though, I have a question. That's gonna free up this aquarium. What should we do with it? What should we stock it with? What should be the theme? Let me know in the comment section below. One more thing. I have this background that we could put in it that I think might look pretty good. It's just a basic rock background, brown in color. I'll have to cut it down to fit, but that's about as far as I got for scaping the tank or decorations in the aquarium. I have actually 2 of these, so I could put one on the back and one on the bottom. I don't know, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Frank does best in aquariums that doesn't have anything in it. That's where we get the personality and the interaction from. And this is only going to be heightened in a tank where he's out in the open, eye level with us, and he's got it all to himself. I can't wait to see how he acts and reacts, and finally give him the spotlight that I know he's taken from me.